Hi, it's Alan here, and what I'd like to do is show you how to use the RD2000 to layer a few sounds that could be possibly used for worshipping or worship sounds. So I'm going to start off and just show you an example of where I'd like to be able to get to with this. So if we take something like Amazing Grace, and at the moment I've just got a nice delayed piano here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to gently bring in that Hammond organ and some pads. Okay, so let me show you how we can put that together. And to do that, I'm going to go to a program, and I'm going to go to a completely initialized program here, and I'm going to start off, and all I've got in here so far is just the piano. So that's patch 1, the stage piano. So I'm going to choose, I think I'd quite like acoustic piano 1, which is S05. So I'm going to go into the zone edit on here, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to S05, which is the Symphony Hall piano. Okay, so there's my piano. So the first thing I want to do is let's give that some delay on there. So to do that, I make sure that in my effects here, and remember this is a global effect that works across everything, I'm going to go to reverb and delay, and I'm going to turn up the reverb on here. So here's the reverb. So I've got a bit of reverb, let's give it a little bit more there. And then I'm also going to add some delay. So to put the delay on, I turn the delay on, make sure the level of the delay is turned up, and then we get some delay. Now remember, I can adjust the amount of the piano that I actually send to the delay there. To do that, I go to my control here, and you'll see I've got a delay send. So I'm going to just turn down the amount of piano I actually send. So there you go. Okay, I'm happy with that. So that's my piano sorted. Next thing I'm going to do is bring in a pad. So I'm going to turn off zone 1, and I'm going to come to zone 2 and zone 2 edit, and in there I'm going to go to my pads, and the pad that I particularly wish to use for this is going to be number 394. So I'll dial that in, and that's soft pad 6, and if we just hear that. Okay, so as that stands, that's quite a bright sound. So using the control on here for zone 2, I can actually turn down the cutoff of that sound. So let's just darken it up. There you go. Subtle, but that's kind of where we want it. Okay, and likewise, as I did earlier, I can send as much of or little of that to the reverb. So let's have a nice bit of reverb on it, and the delay as well. So okay, so that's my pad and my piano together, and if I turn both on now, and I can adjust. Okay, so those are working well together. Then comes the real magic that gives it that real gospel feel. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn off zones 1 and 2, and I'm going to turn on zone 3, and I'm going to go to edit zone 3, and I'm going to select an organ. So if I press the organ button here, it takes me to the first organ, which is the tone wheel organ. Right, first thing I can hear is there's lots of delay on there. I don't want the delay on the tone organ. So making sure I'm editing zone 3 and control there, I'm going to actually turn off the delay send for zone 3 completely. So So we've now got rid of the delay. I also can hear that's quite a percussive organ. So what we're going to do now is using the tone edit button along here. So if I go to tone designer button, I can now go into the screen that lets me remove that percussion from the sound, start of the sound. So on here now I go down to off, and you can hear now I've got the percussion removed. By hitting the tone designer button, it's also automatically brought up my harmonic bar here, and you can see at the moment I've got the first 3 drawbars set at full. I'm going to actually take the 16 out because I just want this to be subtle to come in. The piano is going to carry the main bass, so I'm going to lose the 16 foot drawbar there, and we'll leave the 8 in, and we'll bring some of the top ones in here. You can hear that starting to sound much more like a churchy organ sound. Okay, so the real magic of course comes when we bring in the Leslie speaker and give it that tremolo. So to do that here I am using a zone effect, so I'm going to turn on the zone effects here and turn on tremolo. You'll see the first knob here won't do anything. It comes up tremolo type and doesn't let me change anything. The next 2 knobs here do have an effect. So I've got rotary spread and I've got rotary speed. So let's turn rotary speed to fast. And there you go, there's that. That's the sound we're after. So now that we've got the Hammond organ, I can bring in the other 2. Let's come out of harmonic bar, so I do shift harmonic bar, and now we're back in the normal volume levels with these. So we've got our piano with delay, we've got some pad in there, which is subtle. Remember we turn the brightness down on that, and then we've got the organ. So so we can just bring that down now. Okay, so this is really getting somewhere. So it's quite nice to be able to bring those in either on an expression pedal, or you can use one of the mod wheels to actually bring in the organ. So you can preset the levels, your final levels that you want to take it to. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to assign mod wheel 2 there to be an expression, but I don't want it to affect the piano. I only want it to bring in the strings and the organ and take them out again. So quick way of doing that, hold down shift and move that wheel there, and now it gives me the option of wheel function 1 and wheel function 2, and I'm going to go to wheel 2 function, and I'm going to just turn this round so that it goes to CC11, which I happen to know is expression. Okay, so wheel 2 now is expression. At the moment, that's going to control everything. So if I select that and I play, you'll see it takes everything in and out. I don't want it to take the piano in and out, I want to keep the piano in. So to do that, I can go back and I can actually edit on here. If I go back to my program edit, and if I go to my zone edit here, and I'm working my way through the menus, and I'm going to go through until I go to my control switch menu, and at the moment I can see modulation wheel 2 is affecting zones 1, 2, 3 and 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move across to zone 1 and say I do not want mod wheel 2 to affect zone 1. So now hopefully if I take that out, I've got my piano, and now I can just gently bring that modulation wheel up and it's going to bring in my organ and my strings. It's a bit more strings. And remember, anytime I can go back if I want to make those strings brighter. Those strings are on zone 2 there, and I know that if I go to my control here, I can just move the cut off there just to bring them, and then I can take them to the level I want, but the overall level of both the organ and the strings are now on the mod wheel, so I can So there you go. Hope you found that helpful. Thanks for watching.